Hey up, how you doing? It is a brew day, although the eagle-eyed of you out there that watch these videos will see I've got a beer in my hand, so we know it's been a brew day, it's not a brew day. Because I don't have a beer in the morning at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock when I start putting my strike water on, do I? But this beer is relevant to today's brew day, although I think I may have gone completely cuckoo crazy mad. And I've been thinking it all day as well while I've been brewing. So I'll tell you why in a minute. So I brew 2 stouts a year about. It takes me, it's the end of June now, and this is my Christmas cherry stout. And then this next one will go on will probably be on at Christmas. Anyway, this brew is odd, I think. I think it's a bit weird. It might be just me, but I think it's a bit weird. But I am blaming Mr. Biggie B on this. I've been watching some... Who? You know, Mr. Biggie B. Mr. Big Banana Brewing. Mr. Stephen Burton. Because he's been brewing with some coconut and he's been using Clipper yeast in some bitters. Now that got me thinking. It got me thinking because... Let me talk about this, because this is my cherry stout from last Christmas. Okay, now, this is Mr. Graham Preston's salty caramel chocolate milk stout base. But we follow recipes, or recipes are made up for a certain type of beer, aren't there? Now, this should have lactose in it, it should have cacao nibs, and it should have homemade salty caramel. But it hasn't, has it? It's just the base. Now, there's a reason it's got that stuff in it, because it makes it a stout, doesn't it? So the cacao nibs give it a nice chocolatey coffee, doesn't it? The lactose and the salty caramel give a nice sweet taste to it. There's no roastiness in this, hardly at all. I've got the cherries, I use normal cherries, real cherries, and I'm not sure the combination is amazing. I think the base, because it hasn't got those adjuncts in, it's not a roasty toasty beer, and I'm not sure I like cherries as much as I thought I did. It's okay, but it's missing so many elements, I'm afraid. I use quite a lot of dark malts in my stouts normally. Made up recipe, and it's quite roasty and toasty and astringent. Needs a bit of time to all blend together and relax a bit normally. So what I've done is I've decided to brew a coconut Clipper stout. Now, I'm not sure, and obviously after learning from this I'm going to follow a recipe, aren't I? That's what I should do. Yeah, I didn't. I've had a look at a few about how much coconut to put in, and I'm not following that either. Let me give you the recipe and we'll have a little talk about it, shall we? This has got some dark maltaroonies in it, I'll tell you now. So it's got 4.5 kg of marisotto. It's got 200 grams of roasted barley. It's got 200 grams of Carafa Special 3. It's got 150 grams of a roasted rye. It's got 200 grams of chocolate malt. It's got 30 grams of flaked oats. It's got 120 grams of carapils. It's also got 200 grams of light crystal. I mean, that sounds like a lot of dark malt to me, but it felt right. We've got 30 grams of Northdown at 7.4 alpha acids at a start of a 45-minute boil. I'm using Cross Maloof Clipper yeast. Now, I love that yeast. It brings to it, I've used it in some hoppier beers, it brings its own sort of fruitiness to a beer. So in this we've got really roasty stout with fruitiness of a yeast, and I need to decide how much coconut to put in it so actually it doesn't get absolutely lost. Now my Coconut Shy PA, I used 200, first one did 206 grams at last 10 minutes and 206 grams flame out, dry hop. And then the next one I did 250 grams at last 10 minutes and 250 grams dry hop. But it's all right. I could do with a bit more, I think. So, but this roastiness, I have no idea how much to put in. Not a Scooby-Doo. Reggie! I don't know. I just don't know. And I got desiccated coconut that I was going to roast for a bit and my oven broke. So I couldn't roast it. Toast it. Couldn't roast it, toast it. I couldn't toast it. I was going to toast it. But I couldn't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I've had it in the freezer. Anyway, don't know. So I've used, last 10 minutes I put 500 grams in. And dry hop still to be discussed and thought about and decide. Because I've got to be honest, I'm not really sure. I'm just not sure. How much do I need? I mean, I bought 3 kilograms of it because I was going to put a kilogram, 1 kg in at flame out and 1 kg dry hop. I don't know, that's too much, isn't it? And I don't want to, like, put 800 grams in and then leave a bag open. I don't know. I'm going to have a think about it anyway. Something to keep tuned for and see what happens. So that is my plan. Brew day went fine. I've got some brew footage. I don't know. Just don't know. Craziness. It's all a bit risky, I think. Making it up. I haven't even put it into Brewfather to tell me sort of what the idea could be. I've just gone, you know, I'm just winging it. And now I'm here going, oh, am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? I say after this, messing about with this one, which I should never have done, I should have learnt my lesson. But I didn't. And I haven't. I'm fermenting at 19 degrees C in a bucket. The dry hop will definitely go in muslin bags. We know that, don't we? We're not just going to chuck it in fermentor, so I don't think we'll ever get it out. So yes, I'm going muslin bags and dry hop. So there you go. Lovely day today. All gone to plan. We're going to watch some brew footage. And then we're going to see the beer in the glass later down the line. Cheers. Right, we have just kegged the coconut Clipper Stout. There she is. Let's have a look at the stats. So OG was 1.052. Final gravity at 1.011. It's given it an ABV of a 5.4%. Now, you don't exactly know how much coconut I've put in yet, do you? I'm going to leave that until it's ready to drink. Let's just have a sneaky peeky. Was it enough? That is the question. Right, wait for a tap and we'll come back with a nice, frothy, hopefully, pint of stout. So the coconut clipper stout is drinking. Last night I had somebody pop over, so I took the chance to tell you a quick bit of footage. Input it now. Hey up, how you doing? You're right. Right, we are back and we have done it again. We have a beer in the glass. We've nurtured, we've loved, and we've got it. We've got it. And tonight, for one night only, I brought in a special guest at absolutely no cost. From another postcode, we've flown her in. This is Donna. Say hi, Donna.
Hi. Hi, Donna.
Donna is a connoisseur of stouts. So this is lucky. So the beer in the glass, lovely and dark as you like, with a little bit of a head. Little bit of a head. Should we have a sniff? First thing we do is sniff Donna. Donna has never been on YouTube before, but I'm hoping to get her back again at some point.
Oh, wow. It smells delicious. Absolutely. It smells like a Bounty bar.
It does smell like a Bounty bar. So you guys didn't know, because I left you hanging, didn't I? How much did I dry hop with coconut? And we talked about this a bit, didn't I? Because I didn't want to pack it open. So what I did was another 500 grams. So we have had a kilo of coconut in this, 500 grams dry hop, 500 grams in the boil, last 10 minutes. And I'll tell you what, you can tell. This has been in the keg about 2 months probably, and it is absolutely bouncing.
I don't know what any of that means, but I just can't wait to have a taste.
Go on then, tell us what you think.
Oh, has the time come? I
The
might have
time's
to have a
come.
taste.
Do it.
Right. Wow. Wow. Can I have some more?
Go on.
Rick, that is beautiful.
What we getting?
So, it's chocolatey.
It is chocolatey.
It's definitely coconutty.
It's very coconutty.
And what I love is when you finish drinking it, at the end, it reminds me of when I've been on holiday and you know those coconut drinks you have from a coconut?
Where they chop the top off?
Yeah. It tastes like coconut water. And it's caramelly. It's just, I mean, I've been very lucky to have many of your beautiful beers, but my God, this is special.
That has got an amazing mouthfeel to it as
special.
well, isn't it? It's got a nice little thick mouthfeel. It's got coconut all the way through, right from the nose all the way to the back end.
And it's chocolatey.
It is. We've got some chocolate malt in there with a bit of caramel.
Stunning. You must be so pleased with that.
I'm loving this. This is going down an absolute treat.
I'd pay absolute top dollar for this.
Unfortunately, the Christmas beer, this is not going to last till Christmas. Not a chance. So
It's
we're going to have to
delicious.
rethink. We're going to have to rethink, aren't we?
I think this... Cheers, Rick. This is my... I'm in heaven. I mean, chocolatey, coconutty, nostalgic heaven. It's just beautiful. You're a very clever bloke.
There you go. You've heard it from the expert's mouth. Cheers.
Thank you.
So thanks for that, Donna. We had a few scoops last night, I'll tell you. Very good. Lovely evening. I've had to think about this over the day, and this has definitely been in the keg a couple of months, sat there waiting for a tap. And then it went on. It's been 2 months. It's sort of been 2 months, absolutely, definitely. Can't remember, it was a while ago since I did the video and I haven't looked at the footage. So let's just have a quick look at the numbers at the end. I think I did do a hydrometer, didn't I? So the OG was 1.052. The final gravity was 1.011, bringing it in at a 5.4% of the ABV. So as I said in that clip, 500 grams in the last 10 minutes of the boil. There was a bit of footage of that. It looked all a bit brown and in the hop spider, didn't it? And then I decided to do 500 grams for a dry hop in muslin bags. Now there was only one reason for that. It's because I had a kilo bag and I didn't want to leave it open. I hadn't toasted the first lot, so I didn't toast the second lot. As I said, it's dark. We are not retaining a great head on this. I don't know whether it's anything to do with the oils in the coconut because I didn't dry it out. I only put it in the freezer to kill everything off. Like I say, if you can remember back, my cooker broke, but I had no excuses for the second lot because I had a new cooker by then. But I wanted continuity. That was my plan. So I feel maybe, I don't know whether it's some glasses we know give better head than others, don't we? This one is not, I don't know, I'm not sure. I personally feel that some of the oil in the coconut maybe is still present, and if you don't roast it, doesn't dry it out, and it gives you a bit of, there's no oil slick or anything on there, but I think it affects the head. Don't quote me on that. If you know better than I do, which you probably do, give us a little nudge in the comments below and teach me. So let's just delve a bit deeper into this, because we did a quick old video last night, didn't we? But that has got, as we said, Bounty Bar written all over it. It's got that milk chocolate and the Bounty coconut there. It's just a touch of caramel kicking in there. But that's predominantly coconut. And we knew it was going to be, didn't we? I was toying with how much to put in. Was I overpowered? I had loads of dark malts in there to try and counteract it, but I just made it up as I went along. We know what it's like because we had some last night. We had quite a few last night. Those roasty malts have rounded out nicely. A lot of dark malts in there, but they've been sat in that keg a while now, chilling out. There's absolutely no astringency to this. There's no astringency to it, but it's got some body. It's got something about it. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely, you've got that roastiness going on, but it's mellowed out. Definitely mellowed out by that coconut, and that coconut is quite dominant. It's there on the nose. It's there all the way through the stage, front to back, all the way through. And it's got a lingering aftertaste. It's not an unpleasant lingering aftertaste. That chocolatey, coconutty, Bounty Bar, it really is. Like I say, when I've done my coconut shy IPA, I've been a bit shy of coconut, I feel. So this, I went big or I went home, and I don't think I've boo-booed. That coconut gives it, it's got quite a nice thick mouthfeel. Not impy thick, just stouty thick. The coconut gives it a massive creaminess. That's the only way I can describe it. It's creamy. It's lovely. The mouthfeel, it feels creamy. The coconut makes it smell creamy. It's just luxurious all the way coating around your mouth. It's creamy. So yeah, chocolate malt, bit of caramel, loads and loads of coconut. You can drop it down a bit, can't you, if you want? That is a lot of coconut, to be fair. But I was really worried about those dark malts taking over. Because my dark malt stout, the dark malts on it they're pretty out there, to be fair. Coat your mouth. Now, I had a little sneaky slurp of this. Now, saying that when you... Good job I haven't had many beers. I had a quick little sneaky slurp when it first got a tap, and it's been sat there in the fridge a bit. And I've sort of not touched it too much because I really wanted to drink it with Donna. I knew Donna was coming over a month in advance. The They was coming over for the afternoon, and we had a lovely meal. We get together now and again. A long time old friends. Not old, we've just known each other a long time. Me and my wife. Her and husband. So yeah, we get together now and again. Beautiful. You know, you just go through life, and then you go, hang on, we'll caught up with them for a bit. So then we get a phone call in going, I think they might have Becky might have met them for lunch, and they chatted about it. I said, let's get you over. Oh, well, I've got something that you'll like. Last time she came, I think I had this base malt stout on. I think it definitely wasn't my cherry stout. I had one bottle of cherry stout left, and we had that last night. And that has done it no harm being in a bottle. In fact, I'm going to be a bit controversial here, and I think I preferred it in the bottle conditioned, than I did in the keg. It just had a bit more about it. It was a bit less wishy-washy. We talked about this on a video out there, but earlier, the base malt wasn't the right base malt. I didn't think about it. I completely boobled that up, but it doesn't matter, does it? But it had a bit more about it in the bottle. So we had the last one of those last night that I found hidden at the bottom in a dark place somewhere in the cool. So yes, I think I probably had one of my... We was talking about it. I think she said it was quite milky, so it might have been my... Pardon me, there's some carbonation in there. You can't see it, but there is. It might have been my breakfast stout, or maybe I'd put some lactose in it somewhere along the line by the sounds of how she described it. But I have done a good few stout. I mean, I've done the normal recipe stout that this is based on many a time. Yes, back to the beer in hand, shall we? Like I say, I've used the word luxurious before, haven't I? I use that quite a lot. But this feels luxurious. A Bounty bar to me feels luxurious. That coconut, it reminds you, doesn't it, of tropical places with blue seas and palm trees, and it's fresh. And it just reminds you of the Caribbean or somewhere like that, doesn't it? And this is doing exactly the same to me. As I'm wafting it around my area now, I can smell that coconut. But I don't think it's overpowering. I really don't. If I did this again, I don't think I would change anything. I really don't think I would change anything. I bagged the coconut. I don't know if I got any footage of that, and that was the right thing to do. But I'd seen people, before I brewed the coconut shy IPA, I'd seen a lot of home brewers brew coconut shy IPA, and early on people were chucking coconut in, craziness, couldn't get it out there, it just gelatinizes everywhere and blocks taps up, and any orifice coming out of any receptacle that you are brewing in, it will block it. So quickly everybody learnt to bag coconut if you're going to use it in the fermenter. So I've never been put in that position, luckily enough, because you guys out there, bless you, made the mistake, so I don't have to. And I applaud you for that. I thank you very much. I really do, because I do not need that hassle in my life when I'm trying to keg on a kegging day. So yes, I wouldn't change anything about that. You can still get the roasty, toasty notes, but that is definitely mellowed up. Because I know this base malt really well. I've brewed this base malt many times. I've drunk lots of this base malt. It's one I made up, and I've probably homed in over 6 years, moving it about up and down, back and front, and I am happy where it is now. So I know what this beer's like without the coconut. North Down bittering hops, I use them all the time, so I know what they're like for bittering. In this base malt, I didn't change anything apart from dumping a lot of coconut in it. And yes, I'm happy with this. I am very happy with this. You know me, you probably get fed up of me going, oh, you love your beer. I do love my beer. This is pretty exceptional, I've got to say. Considering I completely winged that, made it up, and didn't have a bleeding I didn't even follow anybody's advice on it either. I didn't ask anyone, I didn't do any reading up. It got a kg of Descate coconut. And I feel I'm pleased my cooker broke. Now, I'm not pleased my cooker broke, because that cost me several £100 to replace, as cookers do. But I would have toasted this. And I am not completely convinced that was the right thing to do. Because I think that is fresh coconut. Like I say, I know we kept going on about Bounty bars, didn't we? But that freshness of a Bounty bar, that coconut that you get out of it. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I am no chocolate connoisseur, but I know that it doesn't taste of a synthetic coconut, a Bounty bar, does it? It tastes of coconut, like if you had a coconut. I mean, I can remember, okay, this is going to go off on a bit of a tangent, but it doesn't matter. It's about memories, making memories and recording memories. When I was a child, I grew up in a village in Lincolnshire called Billinghay. And at the end of the summer, getting into autumn, I can't remember what month it was, there was always a Billinger feast. So it's called Billinghay, but the locals call it Billinger. And it was called the Billinghay Feast, but if you lived in Billing, it was called the Billinger Feast, because that's the local slang. My dad's really Lincolnshire, he's really broad, I'll tell you. If you'd hard to get him on one day, just have a chat with you, because he's Aussies and Terts and Road. Amazing. And I used to get, I can always remember as a kid, we always got a coconut. So you either won a coconut on the hook or duck, didn't you? Or the coconut shy. I mean, they didn't, I don't know, controversial again. I don't know whether they used to, see, there's talk of the cup being big and the coconut being small and you can't get it off, isn't there? Or they stick it under and you can't get it. Anyway, when I was a wee nipper, you could get coconuts from the coconut shy, you could get them off. And I will always remember, we used to get home with massive excitement to this coconut, because they have little holes in it. It's a long time since I've seen a real coconut, to be fair. But they have like I don't know whether they was put in there or are they there. They're like got dimples in the top, like three dimples, I think, in the top of a coconut. It was the proper hairy coconuts as well. And Dad used to get his drill out, or a hammer and a chisel, and bang through that one of them holes, and then you'd stick a straw in it, or you could drink it. And all the hairy bits, well, the hairy bits are on my nose anyway now, I've got older, but you know, the hairy bits all down your face. Always I think you used to have to do two of them so you could let the air out, and you drink the coconut juice, or put it in an actual glass, didn't you, and then drink it. And then he'd get a hammer. I remember he'd getting a hammer, bang on the coconut, and then go, and you get in there, and there was that beautiful, amazing white, just snowy looking. It's not snowy looking, but it's smooth. But it was white as white could be, wasn't it? And then he would I can't remember how he used to get it out, because you have to get the white from the hard bit on the shell on the outside, don't you? Anyway, we have gone completely left field on this, I mean. But this reminds me, it's bringing back an amazing, joyous childhood at the Billinger Feast. Chips, few rides, dodgems, the waltzer. You used to have chips after the waltzer, not before the waltzer, because there was someone stood on the back spinning it, wasn't there? Although they used to spin the girls more than the boys, didn't they? Because showing off. Anyway, yes, that reminds me. It's brought back a massive childhood memory of the Billinger Feast and the coconut I used to have when I got home. Fresh, super fresh coconut. Luxurious. Still dark malts, without being astringent, with a creaminess and a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful coconut. Fresh coconut, still a fresh coconut. And it's real coconut as well, innit? Desiccated coconut, so it's not like tipping something in the synthetics. Real coconut, and you can tell. Happy days. That I would not change a thing. I really wouldn't. Maybe if you are not so much of a fan of coconut now as I am, not as much. I don't know how not as much, because I haven't done it. Anyway, I've gone on. We've gone left field. We've gone right field. We're out the park with the chat on this, aren't we? Because that made just some things trigger in my head, don't they? I love that. I love when something triggers in your head a fantastic childhood memory. And absolutely every year we used to go Billing Feast without without fail, never missed it, and it was such a massive build-up. They used to drive in. It was on the main road behind a pub in a field, and the truck came, and you'd see them coming in. Oh, Bellingham Fierce this weekend, all the excitement of it, and then the day after they were all gone, disappeared like nothing had ever happened, apart from a chewed-up field and a load of bin bags. Anyway, yes, coconut, Clipper Stout. Something I haven't touched on, I'm not exactly sure about how much the Clipper yeast, the cross-maloof Clipper yeast, I think we are probably dominated too much by the coconut and the dark malts for the Clipper to get through there. I know Clipper yeast gives you a nice fruity, it's done a lovely job, it's done a great job, it's a great beer, but I was expecting maybe that it might bring a bit of fruitiness to it. Now, I haven't done this beer with like a USO 4 or a 5 or a cross-maloof 4 or 5, which I would normally do it with. So I don't know. There might be a bit of a taste difference if I do it with that. Maybe there is a bit of fruitiness in there, but I'm not sure. It's not smacking me in the face. It's not jumping out at me, but it has done a fantastic job. It's brewed a lovely beer. It will be interesting how long the coconut lasts for. I've seen some people say that the taste and smell of coconut dissipates quite quickly on a beer. I don't know because I haven't had it long enough yet. When I've done my coconut shot IPA, the last glass is always as good as the first glass, I think, to be fair. But I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna just finish this off. I can see my numbers at the top, and I've gone on a bit here. I'm sorry because this is going to be a grain to glass with an extra bit of footage in it, and then this waffle. If you're still here at this point, I very much appreciate it. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for support. There's lots of I need a logo. I need a saying, don't I? People are like, drink good beer, drink really good beer, or keep safe. And anyway, here's what it is. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.